I went to this 4-hour breathwork workshop and met Allah and Prophet Muhammad. Allah gave me the purpose of my life, gave me some messages. I also healed my relationship with my mother. I met women from my ancestors, my grandmother, and I healed some of the trauma of Pakistani women. How was it possible? I'm going to share all the details. This is Witality Breathwork, and it is run by a man, I believe his name is Witality. He was once paralyzed after playing football, and he said he had endured a lot of injuries, and through breathwork he was able to walk perfectly. So the whole session was 4 hours. Even if you have not done breath work, you can still go there because he will tell you the technique, and then he's going to guide you. There were a lot of people, I believe there were around 150 participants. When I was going to this workshop, I was quite anxious. I'm driving to this Vitality workshop, breathwork workshop. I'm really nervous because it looks so intense. I've done some hypnotherapy sessions and they are always very intense, hypnotherapy with breathwork. So I'll show you what I have packed. My yoga mat, my water bottle, and my blanket. Seen the videos in the ad, and people are shouting and crying, and it seems very intense, and it is really intense, but it was profound and in a very positive way, an amazing out of body experience. Before the session start, there is some journaling that you have to do. They provide you with journals and pen, and then you have to write your intentions and where you feel like you are in your life and what do you want to accomplish and what kind of emotions you are feeling. It helps you get grounded. Then he comes and he seems really genuine, and he has a very good personality. He engages everyone. There were so many people, but everyone was so engaged. He has this special talent. I think he just conducted the session in a very good way. As I've mentioned before, that I've done these breathwork sessions. I've done like 10 to 12 breathwork sessions with a hypnotherapist, and they were private sessions. So even though they were very profound, but I wanted to experience this in a group session because groups are always better, I've heard, because everyone's energy is involved. So it's a different kind of experience. I really like the group experience. Even those of you who have never done breath work, it's a little challenging because you have to breathe very deeply, inhale and exhale through your mouth. So it's not natural to us. However, keep doing it. It gets so much easier. And if you don't do the breathing the way he tells you, you're not going to have this profound experience, because it's just so amazing and mind-blowing for me to just understand that only breathing a certain way can help us get to our unconscious. There is a wealth of information in our unconscious that we are not aware of, and breath work gets us there. All those hidden and suppressed emotions, we can uncover them too, because they are all in the unconscious. So that's why it's so fascinating to me. So, and he tells us that he guides you through it. Once you are breathing a certain way, your whole body start to experiencing things. You will have like lobster claws, especially your hands, but you don't have to freak out. Your whole body will start getting tingling, and especially your arms. At one point I felt like my whole body was just vibration. It was vibrating, and that helps you understand that we are all energy. And he also said something that resonated deeply with me. He said that we shouldn't look at things as trauma, because we all have those things, that unhealed portions of us. So I don't like to look at it as trauma. He said just look at it as energy blockages. energy that get blocked and we are just unblocking it. I like this analogy. So in the first 15 minutes, first your body will start to change. You'll start to experience different sensations in your body, but you don't have to freak out. Just keep breathing. Everything gets better. Then your perception will change. So whenever I do these kind of things, always my deceased father come, because I feel very close and connected to him. So of course he showed up, and then he told me a few things. So while I was talking to my dad, who of course he's deceased, he's not alive. Witality, the guy who was running the session, he started saying that there's a closet right there and it's closed, and I want you to open it and see what's in there. So he said it a few times, and I was thinking, I don't think anything will come out in my closet, because I don't think I have any thing within me that I don't know. When I did my hypnotherapy sessions earlier, I didn't know I had any trauma related to my father passing away this early, and I had very major unresolved grief that I already processed. So when my father showed up, I was like, no, not again. I thought I processed all of this. So anyway, when he was saying about the closet, when I opened the closet, my mom showed up. So I'm a middle child, and I always felt, because my father passed away and my mom was, we have 3 sisters. I have a difficult childhood, and my mom especially went through some very rough times, because raising girls on her own in Pakistan, and we had some financial troubles too. But my mom went through a difficult time. So I was a middle child, and I was very independent, and I used to do everything on my own. Like I didn't need my mom's help that much, and for that reason I felt my mom just thought that since I'm so independent, she didn't give me that much of attention, and she focused more on my other sisters. And I felt, for that reason, I just didn't have that close bond with my mom. However, whenever I needed my mom, whenever I reached out to her, she was fully available to me. So I just, like, my mom showed up, and I remember a couple of times, actually she was here in America, and I was a little rude to her. So it was not very major how we can become sometimes rude and mean to our moms. That's how I was to her, but I felt so much guilt over it. The guilt was just so bad. I started crying. I was like crying there, but don't worry about it if you are crying, because everyone is crying, shouting, yelling. So feel free. Like he already like told us not to judge, and he told us few techniques, so no one was judging anyone. I was crying. I was talking to her. I was just saying to my mom, I'm sorry. But nothing was helping me. My guilt was so much that I felt like nothing will help me. And after the session, I'm already planning to meet my mom. She's in Canada, and I was like, I'll just sit by her foot and ask for forgiveness. I was feeling so much guilt. But then my mom said that, yeah, I should have expressed my love for you too. I should have been more expressive. And my mom accepted like what she didn't do. And I asked her, Mom, what should I do? Like what should I do? Like, I really want your forgiveness. And she told me that the more you forgive, the less guilt you will feel. So I forgive my mom for not expressing her love to me more openly, and the guilt completely went away. It was just so beautiful that I was crying throughout this when this was happening. So then I hugged my mom, and my mom hugged me, and it was just so beautiful and so loving. And then my mom told me that we are 2 sides of the same coin, and I regret not expressing my more love to you. So we were having a beautiful session. We were like by the beach, and we just started dancing. When you just dance, when you're happy and you are just dancing. And then my grandma showed up from, she's deceased, my mom's mom, and I was very close to her. So she always show up whenever I do these hypnotherapy sessions or breathwork session. My dad and my grandma always show up. So she started dancing, and then my mom told me that I was not able to express myself when I was a child, when I was young, because of our culture. I wanted to be more expressive, and my grandmother said the same thing, that I wanted to be more expressive, but because of our culture, I was not able to express myself. Then my aunt from my mom's mom showed up, and we were all just dancing, so happy. And then my sister showed up, my younger sister. Then one of my older sisters, she has her own issues. She was sitting there and she was not joining me, and I asked her, why you're not joining us, can you please join us? And she said, yeah. She was smiling and she seemed happy to see us, and she said that I have a lot to work on my own, but I'm very happy for you guys. And she seemed very happy, but she couldn't join us. And then I asked her, what would I do to help you join? And she said, just pray for me. Then my other sister, she is actually very religious. So I asked her to, like, she was there and she said that I cannot join you. My path is just very different from yours. And she seemed very serious, but she said that I'm very happy for you though. Then my daughter came too, so we were all dancing. Then some of my aunts from my father's side, my father's sister came. We were all like happy and dancing, and like it seems like we were all healing. We were becoming lighter, our energy was becoming lighter, and we were healing. And then all this healing went to women in Pakistan. And I felt that women in Pakistan are healing. So after this didn't last that long, and then afterward, I think this was until mid-session, and then he started saying that now we are going to get deeper. It's time to get deeper. And then he was guiding us through a different type of breath work. He was changing the technique. And I was having a great time. I didn't want to I wanted time to stop. It felt so good. Especially the love I felt from my mom, and the happiness I see in my mom, how happy she was. It was just worth it. So when he said it's time to get deeper, I went up. Like I felt like I'm going up, and I just met Allah and Prophet Muhammad. I was not expecting it, that it will happen. So then Allah said, let me think, when he first